Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I would like to call on Jeff Cowan to presentation on hazardous waste management.
Good morning, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This morning I have one action item to bring to you. It's, I think, tab C under item A, if I remember correctly. It's proposed amendments to the rules for hazardous waste management, chapter 391-3-11, pertaining to miscellaneous RCRA updates, the Resource Conservation Recovery Act. Let's see. John, my word. Some background, in order for us to retain primacy for our hazardous waste programs, we have to do periodic updates of our hazardous waste rules in order to reflect any new hazardous waste regulations that's been published by the Environmental Protection Agency. Our most recent update was approved by y'all in January of 2012 that reflected updates through June 30th, 2011. These proposed updates is through June 30th of 2014. The following rules are updated in this package. First off would be a RCRA burden reduction initiative rule, which would eliminate or reduce the reporting and record-keeping requirements for hazardous waste facilities. It takes it from 5 years to 3 years, which is consistent with most of our regulations that make 3 years of records. We had a hazardous waste technical corrections and clarification rule. As always, for clarification, this is a big rule from the feds, and we have to keep up with that. It included a conditional exclusion for solvent-contaminated whites. It deregulated them so that we can recycle them to the extent most possible, and there's a few that still have to be handled as hazardous waste, but it makes it consistent on how we handle these solvent-contaminated rags and like metal working and all that, type of the mechanic works and all that. It includes an electronic manifest rule so that we can track hazardous waste electronically versus paper manifest. It has a revision to the export provisions of cafe grade tubes. If we are exporting these materials for recycling in other countries, there's reporting and notification requirements for those exporters. And then we should try to streamline the rules so we had a crosswalk between the federal rules and our state rules to make it clearer. We had a public hearing, a public notice after we briefed the board. We received no comments in our public hearing January 5th. We did receive, though, 2 written comments from trade organizations that were favorable of the proposed changes, and very happy with that. So we did not make any changes from when we briefed y'all in December. Finally, our proposed unit was we briefed in December. I believe that we were at West Georgia. Public hearing January 5th, and we're here today to request adoption of these rules, and I would appreciate favorable consideration. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I'd like to now call on Dwight Davis, Chairman of the Land Committee.
Okay, Mr. Chairman. This first item is the amendment of a lease that we have with Georgia Power. It's a 5-acre lease in Harris County. It's known as the Bartlett's Ferry Boat Ramp. This is a popular boat ramp with the public, and it's located on Lake Harding, which is north of Columbus. Now, Georgia Power leases this to us at no cost, and the lease was originally renewed in 2012 to run for 25 years. This amendment is for 50 years, and the other thing that we'll do, and that's 50 years annually renewed, a little nuance of the lease. But the other thing that we did was we adjusted so that it lines up with our fiscal year, whereas before it did not. So we are very appreciative to Georgia Power for this strong partnership. And Mr. Chairman, if there are no questions, we are asking for the board's approval to amend the Bartlett's Ferry Boat Ramp lease in Harris County with Georgia Power to a 50-year annually renewed lease to coincide with our fiscal year.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, could I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the Land Committee adopt the resolution that presented in tab C, item A, relating to the lease amendment for the Bartlett's Ferry Boat Ramp in Harris County.
We have the members hold out.
Yes, Dwight Davis, Chair, Mark Hoffman, Vice Chair, William Bagwell, Dwight Evans, Walter Hudson, Bill Jones, Rob Lieber, Michael Phelps, and Colin Schneider.
Do I have a second from a single? Been moved in second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Hearing none, passes unanimously.
Thank
Next
you.
item.
Okay, the next two items, actually, I'll present together, and then I request two motions. These are, the projects are to demolish two pool houses that are located at two different state parks. Now, HPD has determined that these houses have no historical significance, and they're not in good condition at all. So the first pool house is located at Laura S. Walker State Park, which is in Ware County. For this park, the pool itself is scheduled to be removed sometime this year, so obviously the pool house is no longer needed, plus the pool house could present a safety hazard. And that space will be used for other purposes, some added picnic areas. The next pool house, which is item C, is located at the Crooked River State Park in Camden County. In this case, the pool has already been removed, and that pool house obviously is not needed, and a new group shelter will be built where that space is. Now, since both of these pool houses are over 2,000 square feet, it will take an executive order from the governor to remove them. So, Mr. Chairman, if there are no questions, we're asking for the committee's support for the approval to remove the pool house at Laura S. Walker State Park, and we're asking for the committee's support for the approval to remove the pool house at Crooked River State Park.
We need separate motions or can that be combined into one?
There are separate motions.
Do we have any discussion on either of these, overtap or those? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the Land Committee adopt a resolution as presented for tab D, item B, relating to the pool bathhouse demolition at Laura S. Walker State Park in Ware County.
Second. Having been moved and second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Passes unanimously. Do I have another motion?
I would also like to make a motion that the Land Committee adopt the resolution as presented for tab D, item C, relating to the pool bathhouse demolition at Crooked River State Park in Camden County.
Second. Moved and second, all those in favor say aye.